Hello and welcome to the first annual Jubilees. I'm your host, Jubilee. How are you all doing tonight? I could be better. My knee has been acting up a bit, and I was originally going to do this standing, but I have to sit. I'm feeling a bit like Fire Lord Ozai after his final encounter with Aang. You know, he took away my bending. On that hilarious note, let me tell you what tonight is going to be all about. And this is my first of many, hopefully, little awards ceremony where we're going to look back over the years, over the last year, and choose some games that stand out in certain categories and award them a Jubilee. So I have 8 categories for games tonight. 40 games have been nominated, and I even have special community awards. That's right, some of you have actually been nominated for an award and you didn't even know it. I mean, like, easiest awards ceremony ever, right? So I cannot wait to get started. For this inaugural year, I've decided to create the categories and pick the winners myself. However, in the future, if this is something that becomes a success and you guys enjoy, I would love if you all were able to vote in future awards. So they could be more community based. So we are gonna start tonight with our community awards. I have 4 categories for you all tonight. They are going to be Silver Patron of the Year, Gold Patron of the Year, Diamond Patron of the Year, and Channel Member of the Year. Now for my patron categories, I don't have a real way of measuring engagement or anything like that, so I did write down all of your names, every active patron, and we are going to make it fair. And I'm going to pick one at random out of this little box. So I have in here all of the names of my current silver patrons, and one of you is going to win Silver Patron of the Year. And the winner of Silver Patron of the Year goes to Tim. Congratulations, Tim. I should say that I am only saying people's first names. If a full name is written, I will say your last initial, so there's no confusion. Tim's name was just listed as Tim, so hopefully you know who you are. I'm sure you do. And if there are more username style names, then I will say those. Now it's time to move on to Gold Patron of the Year. And the winner of Gold Patron of the Year is Connor R. Congratulations, Connor. Congratulations. Gold Patron of the Year. And now we have our final Patreon category, the Diamond Patron of the Year. Now, there are only 5 Diamond Patrons, so I'm going to put all of your names out on the screen, reading out every nominee tonight. And the nominees for Diamond Patron of the Year are Kenneth, Jesse, Nikatla, Juyoung, and Juha. And the award for Diamond Patron of the Year goes to Juha. Congratulations, our Diamond Patron of the Year. And a huge congratulations to every single silver, gold, and diamond patron. You are all a very beloved member of my family. I enjoyed writing down every single one of your names, and you're all winners in my eyes. You are. My final community award tonight is going out to my beloved channel members. And channel members are a little bit different than Patreon because I am actually able to connect your profiles to comments and so forth. So the winner has been picked by most engagement on the channel, most commented this year, which is when I started my channel member program. So everything's gonna reset January 1st, and everyone will be eligible to win this again next year. So comment away. And the nominees for channel member of the year 2022 are Jameson Sally, Cody, Keisha Natera, Lay, Brian Montero, and Phoebe Rose Edmondson Wells. I have the winner in this pink envelope here. And the winner of Channel Member of the Year goes to Brian Montero. Brian Montero. Congratulations to our Channel Member of the Year, Brian Montero. There's no way you can read this. Sorry. It does say your name. But congratulations to Jameson, Cody, Keisha, Lay, Brian, and Phoebe Rose. You all were star commenters, but I love reading every single comment that you all leave me, whether you're a patron, a channel member, or you're just a subscriber that's not affiliated with either of those groups. You guys are all what makes this channel. I know my name is in it, or at least a name I gave myself, but really, if it weren't for the engagement that you guys give me and your ideas, your suggestions, your feedback, this channel wouldn't be what it is at all. It would just be a very lonely girl talking to herself on the internet, playing the games that she likes. So you all really make this a community. So let's have a round of applause for all of the patrons, channel members, and subscribers tonight. Give yourself a hand. I'm very excited that we're now going to be moving on to the games category. This will be the longest portion of awards. I do have several categories to go through, and we'll be talking in a little bit more detail about each nominee and why they were nominated for this category. Even though some games fit multiple categories, you will only see one game per category, even if it fits a different one, because I wanted to really showcase as many games that I played this year as possible. And these are all games that can be found on my channel in a video that I posted this calendar year 2022. I will try to put a link to the latest video of me playing this game all in the description, so if you hear a game you don't recognize, you can go check it out. But I will also show you gameplay up here, and maybe you guys will find some games that you just didn't happen to see this year, or maybe you weren't subscribed by the time I posted it. I'm hoping you'll discover something new. The categories tonight will be Most Satisfying Game, Best Simulation Genre Game, Best Multiplayer Game, Best Farm and/or Life Simulator Game, Coziest Game, Best Narrative, Most Wholesome Game, and last, Most ASMR Game of the Year. Let's get started with the first category, Most Satisfying Game. And the nominees are, a little to the left, developed by Max Inferno and published by Secret Mode. A little to the left is a casual puzzle game that is very satisfying to solve the puzzles. They range from household items to plants in 4 different chapters. And there's a naughty cat trying to mess things up the entire time. I adore solving the puzzles in a little to the left, which is why it's been nominated for most satisfying. House Flipper, developed by Empyrean and published by Frozen District. This is a simulation game about flipping a house. Buy up old and rundown homes, clean them up, give them a new coat of paint, and decorate them before you try to sell them to different picky clients. And this is a very, very fun game. I absolutely love seeing the houses go from pretty disgusting messes to these nice, shiny, brand new looking homes. So it is very satisfying to me. Lottle Knot, which is a soon-to-be released game developed by Moon Lagoon and published by Secret Mode. Lottle Knot is an underwater exploration and cleaning game in which you play as this little interstellar Lottle Knot determined to clean up the ocean and take care of the little Lottles that live here. Cleaning up the gunk with your little cleaning gun thing is incredibly satisfying, and seeing the reef come back to life, it gives you such a sense of pride and accomplishment. The release date is 2023, and I can't wait to play the full game. House Builder, developed by Freemind SA and published by Playway SA. This is a building simulation game in which you build from the ground up different homes around the world using a variety of different materials, from ice to metal planks and wood planks, following the blueprints for the houses. See them come together, especially when you get to place like a lot of different tile shingles, for example. It's very fun, very satisfying, and you get a real sense of accomplishment. So it's very satisfying in my opinion. Lawn Mowing Simulator, developed by Skyhook Games and published by Curve Games, is of course a simulation game all about mowing lawns. It is said to be incredibly realistic. I wouldn't know, I don't really mow lawns, but it is pretty nice to see this long, very tall grass get cut down, and you can create these shapes and patterns in the grasses. It is a bit of a beefy game that you see your computer because the grass is quite nice, but it is pretty satisfying to see it all cut down and get all the last little bits around your lawn. And the winner for most satisfying game of 2022 goes to A Little to the Left. Yay! Of course, all of these games are brilliantly satisfying, wonderful games. I just seriously can't get enough of any of them, but A Little to the Left takes the cake this year of being that perfect combination of satisfying, relaxing, a little bit frustrating, as you may have seen in my latest videos playing, me getting just a little bit confused, unable to solve those puzzles. But when you get it right, it's just the most satisfying thing ever. And that is why a little to the left wins my most satisfying game award this year, and the first Jubilee Award. Our next category tonight is the best simulation genre game. Now, I love the simulation genre. I adore it. I've played many simulation games this year, so it was hard to narrow it down to just 5 that I felt were particularly good. But I did just that. And the nominees for best simulation genre game are Traveler's Rest, developed and published by Isolated Games. This is a fantastic simulation game in which you get to run your own inn. From ordering ingredients, growing them yourself, to serving up the ales. This game is fairly addicting, and I absolutely love getting to run my own tavern. You can see all the people coming outside. You can have a cat decorate your tavern, and even build relationships with the customers, and there's a world to explore. It's still in early access, so there's more to come, but I have been very impressed by what I've seen so far, and it is a very fun, addicting game. Builder Simulator, developed and published by Live Motion Games, also published by Frozen Way. This is, of course, quite literally a building simulation. I mainly built houses, but it's not called House Builder Simulator, but it goes very in depth, and you can even draw out a floor plan and then follow that exact floor plan as you build your foundations, walls, add doors, windows, even some decorations. I was incredibly impressed by how in-depth this game got, and I even was able to recreate, although it took a long time, my house from scratch in this game. A pretty cool simulation game. Potion Craft Alchemist Simulator, developed by Nice Play Games and published by Tiny Build. This is, of course, an alchemy simulator game. You pick ingredients from your garden, grind up potions, and sell them to customers coming to your shop. You can haggle, and you have a very interesting game mechanic for how you discover these potion effects. I thought it was incredibly clever, very innovative. I had never really played a game quite like this, but I instantly want more. Very fun experience. Potion Craft. Wobble Dogs, developed by Animal Uprising and published by Secret Mode. This is a wild and wacky simulator game all about raising a hive, yes, a hive of mutating dogs. I didn't know what to expect when I played Wobble Dogs, but I soon realized that any expectations were going to be thrown out the window. These are not normal dogs. This is not a normal game. There's really no way to describe Wobble Dogs. You just kind of have to play it for yourself. It is very chill. There's really not a lot of stress in this game, so it's quite relaxing in that regard, and it is quite fun to discover the different mutations of the dogs and see how you can breed them to get fascinatingly bizarre dog creations. 2 Point Campus, developed by 2 Point Studios and published by Sega. 2 Point Campus is, of course, the sequel to the very well-loved, highly received 2 Point Hospital, which was a bit of a spiritual successor to Theme Hospital, an older hospital tycoon type game. In this, of course, we're running a university, so there are different campaign modes, in which we have to pass different levels, bringing in students, building classes, hiring professors, all with the adorable 2-point humor and charm that we've come to know and love. It is an excellent sequel, just as good as 2-Point Hospital, I would say, and in fact they do improve upon the game from 2-Point Hospital in some ways, so well done there. And the award for Best Simulation Genre Game goes to Potion Craft Alchemy Simulator. This one is just too good. Also a little bit of a challenge, which I found really enjoyable, but mainly that those really unique graphics combined with this very satisfied mortal and pestle animation and all that just really topped it off as the best simulation game. Who hasn't wanted to open an alchemy shop, in a medieval sort of time period and treat a variety of ailments and maladies? I mean, also the little garden that you have outside and your bed, the bartering system has honestly made this one of the best simulation games I've played, period. I adore it. Moving right along to the next category, Best Multiplayer Game. Now obviously I play single player on my channel, it's just me, but that doesn't mean that the games that I play don't have a multiplayer option component, or that's not a big part of the gameplay. So these are 5 games that I've played today, which also have multiplayer gameplay that I have pretty much tried all of them and I enjoy. Right. And the nominees for Best Multiplayer Game are Lost Ark. Lost Ark is a free-to-play MMORPG developed by Smilegate RPG and published by Amazon Games. It is, of course, multiplayer. It is, since it's an MMORPG. It's very action-based. And like I said, it's free. Who doesn't love free? What I was very interested in was the character creation aspect, which is very fun, and admittedly, this is where I spend most of my time playing, although I did play a little bit more after. However, the character creation system is very in-depth and pretty darn fun. I did make this very cute girl, and I had a lot of fun playing Lost Ark. V Rising. V Rising is developed and published by Stunlock Studios. It's still in early access, but it is a open world survival crafting multiplayer experience in which you are a vampire. You must hunt, stay away from humans or challenge them, build up your castle and protect it from others, or team up with other vampires and build the ultimate stronghold. I'll admit I got very sucked into this game, playing with some friends and trying to make the coolest castle I could. Normally I'm not necessarily into these sort of games, but I love vampires, so this is right up my alley, and I think it was really well done. The game looks good, it feels good to play, and of course you know I loved the castle building system. Dinkum, developed and published by James Bendon. Yes, this game was developed and published by one man who created the entire game. So I say, absolutely well done, James. Dinkum is a adventure life sim game, but it's co-op. Think Animal Crossing, but with an actual well done, fleshed out multiplayer aspect. Build up your little town, get to know the NPCs, hunt, farm, mine. It is an excellent, addictive experience. If you get it, you have so much fun playing with your friends. And it's all set in the beautiful Australian outback, which I absolutely love. It's not a setting that we get to see much in games, but it's so well done. definitely pays homage to the wildlife of local Australia. I love it. Minecraft. Of course, Minecraft is published and developed by Mojang Studios, and it is the ultimate sandbox exploration, crafting, mining game. I don't think I even need to really tell you much about Minecraft. You've probably played it for yourself. Normally, I don't play multiplayer. However, we all know that that is a big part of Minecraft. You can build a massive city together, or a small settlement, protect it, go out adventuring together, mining together. The few times that I have played multiplayer Minecraft, I have had a great time, and I became the town's architect for people, and I built really lovely, fun structures for everyone. Genshin Impact, developed and published by MiHoYo. Genshin Impact is a free-to-play online action game, and it is a bit of an action RPG with a very fun, colorful cast of characters and quite a beautiful world as well. I was pleasantly surprised by Genshin after trying not to play it for so many years. I actually thought that it was really well done. The only thing I did not like is this character, Paimon, who I found very grating. But if I just turn the voice acting off, I can enjoy the game and all the lovely beauty that it is. And I especially like the gliding bit, even if it is a little Breath of the Wild. And the winner for Best Multiplayer Game goes to Dinkum. Dinkum was the Animal Crossing game that I didn't know I wanted. Set in the beautiful Australian outback, it really fixed a few of those quality of life issues that I have with Animal Crossing and a lot of the multiplayer aspects, and just completely fixed them. I have not been a huge fan of the way Animal Crossing handled multiplayer. It was very difficult to really have a solid gameplay. It felt more like I was the one playing and my friend was just there. But Dinkum really flipped the script and made it a true multiplayer experience where you could build up your little town, you could fish, you could collect animals, you could mine, all of this truly happening cooperatively together. I've had a multiplayer game going with 2 friends and it was honestly a blast. We had so much fun, our farming and all that, and getting to know the people really kind of made me drop Animal Crossing and not want to pick it back up. I wanted to play Dinkum instead. So congratulations to Dinkum, an amazing game, really amazing game. The next category we're gonna roll into is the Best Farming and or Life Simulator Game. Slightly different from the simulation genre. These are specifically farm life simulators. You know, basically the Stardew Valley genre, which has become massively popular. Well, I would say reinvigorated, really, as Stardew Valley was really just a new take on those Rune Factory, whatever they're called. I didn't play those games, but you know what they are. This whole genre has really been brought back to life by Stardew Valley, and there are some amazing competitors out there. So here are 5 of them that I played this year and that I love. And the nominees for Best Farming and or Life Simulator go to Farm Together, developed and published by Milkstone Studios. Farm Together is a pretty satisfying farming game which runs in real time. So you plant your crops, and then depending on what the crop is, you might have to wait a certain amount of time to play. It's one of those games that's very easy to start and it's a little hard to put down, but there is multiplayer. You can build a giant farm together. There's even fishing and there's raising animals. it has all those aspects of a very quite addicting farming game, and it was simple enough that it wasn't like crazy in-depth the way I find Farming Simulator. I also really like the very cute graphics. Everything's big and chunky and adorable. Coral Island, developed by Stairway Games and published by Humble Games. Coral Island surprised us all, I think, by just how good it is. Originally thought to be maybe just another Stardew clone, Coral Island has really just blown me away by how gorgeous, fleshed out, and fun this game is. Set in the absolutely gorgeous sort of Indonesian-inspired landscape, you can farm, you can meet a huge cast of gorgeous people, and very, very exciting to me, there's an underwater diving gameplay as well that is quite unique, quite different. The game is gorgeous. I just can't speak enough to how beautiful this game is, how lovely the world is. The town feels like this real, living, gorgeous thing. I really can't get enough of Coral Island. It's still in early access, so I'm looking forward to playing more when there's more gameplay. Potion Permit, developed by Mass Hive Media and published by P-Cube. Potion Permit is a single-player JRPG-style game in which you become the local healer of this adorable town of Moonbury. It's very cute pixel graphics, and it has a very cool way of creating the remedies in this sort of, sorry, my dog's just come in here, puzzly kind of Tetris looking aspect. There's a big cast of characters, there's a world to explore, and of course you get a pet, which is the best. Kinseed, developed and published by Pixel Count Studios. Kinseed is a life sim. There is farming as well, but I think that the main gameplay focus is just on the actual life simulator. I have to say, I don't think I've ever seen a game actually simulate life as well as Kinseed. I have been obsessed with this game for a few weeks now. I own a couple of shops. I'm getting to know the locals. I really love running my blacksmith shop. I run into the mines and I get some ore, then I smelt it into a bucket or whatever the people need and sell it. There's magic, there's mystery, and above it all, there's this amazing system where you can marry a townsperson, have children, and eventually die of old age and let your children carry on the legacy where they will keep playing. So it's a multi-generational game. It also has an incredible cooking mini game. All the mini games are so fun. I can't speak highly enough about Kinseed. Cattails, Become a Cat, developed and published by Falcon Development. While Cattails may not have the most gorgeous graphics of any game out there, it's the gameplay that counts, and that's what Cattail has. It is actually an amazing cat life sim slash RPG. You play as this very cute cat after a heartbreaking opening cutscene, I will say. And there are different factions of cats. You can hunt and fish. Your cat can get married and raise a family. You get to know all the local cats. The world is really big. I love exploring it and looking around for the items that I need for my bundles, really, like a Stardew bundle. I was quite surprised how much I loved this game. Again, even if it isn't the most beautiful game, it really has that satisfying gameplay that brings you back over and over. And the award for Best Farming and or Life Simulator goes to Kinseed. Kinseed is right now the game that I can't put down. I just started playing it a few weeks ago, but I'm still absolutely obsessed, addicted to this game. It's amazing. The graphics, the pixel art, gorgeous. The gameplay, really in depth, very satisfying. Also, it's very forgiving game, which makes it a good ASMR pick. You don't feel frustrated by certain elements like running out of time. If you don't get something done this day, you do it the next day. Not to mention the aspects of being able to run a shop. So fun. I've opened a general goods store and a blacksmith in my game, and well, not every day I've turned a profit, but it is really, really fun. I've gotten at least one person addicted to this game so far, and I tell everybody about it. So those are all super fun games that I could seriously pick up at any time and have a good time, but Concede I can't put down, and that's the difference. That's why it's my winner today. The next category is Coziest Game. Now, a lot of the games that I play on my channel would be considered cozy. After all, it's kind of the criteria that I look at when I pick a game to play. But these 5 really just set themselves apart from other cozy games. These are the games that I feel like when I'm not feeling well and I just want to snuggle in bed and put a game on my Steam Deck or something, these are the 5 that I'll go to. You can pick them up and put them down at any time, really get easily invested in that world, and you don't at any point feel really stressed out by the gameplay. You know, that game's just always there. It's waiting for you, and it's cozy. So, my nominees for Coziest Game are Grow, Song of the Evertree, developed by Prideful Sloth, and published by 505 Games. This is a quite casual adventure simulation game with a focus on rebuilding the world, which has fallen into some sort of mysterious, goopy looking plague. There's a cast of really cute characters. There's a fantastic town building aspect, a lovely flying creature that you get to pet. I was quite surprised how much I enjoyed this game. I really particularly enjoy going back to the worlds and cleaning them up, using your little song to collect these satisfying little bubble things. It is a really fun experience, and you get to grow your Evertree. Slime Rancher 2, developed and published by Monomi Park. Slime Rancher 2 is, of course, the sequel to the original Slime Rancher, which I fell in love with several years ago. It's quite simple. We are the adventurer Beatrix LeBeau, exploring a beautiful, colorful world full of these little fun slime creatures. They poop out plorts, which is the currency in this world, and that's what the game's all about. Ranching them, feeding them, collecting their poop, and using that money to buy more upgrades, constantly upgrading yourself and your farm, ranch. There's a lovely sense of exploration into the game that Monomi Park just gets so well. And of course there's new additional fun slimes in this one that we didn't get in the last one, as well as some familiar faces that we all know and love. Strange Horticulture, developed by Bad Viking and published by Iceberg Interactive. Strange Horticulture is a bit of a mysterious puzzle game, which is incredibly relaxing. We are the proprietor of a local plant store. We have all these lovely plants on our window. Mysterious characters come in, they ask us for things, and we try to find the right plant for them. Use the map to explore different regions, all without really leaving your shop, and try to unravel this murder mystery while getting clues from the locals who pop into your shop. I just keep coming back to this game because it is so comfortable, mysterious. There's rain, there's a cat. It's got everything you'd want. Littlewood, developed by Sean Young and published by Smash Games. Littlewood answers the question, what happens after you save the world? It's time for you to retire as a hero and just help rebuild the local town, get to know your friends because you seem to have lost your memory, and satisfy their house needs. The game takes a really relaxed approach to time passing by using up energy instead of time. So as you do things like fish, pick from your garden, or catch a bug, that uses up your little energy bar. So you can spend all the time in the world walking around, going to different areas of the world, and I find that that really takes a lot of the stress out of the game. I also love the no worries approach to building. At any point in time you can pick up buildings, paths, move them around for zero cost, just for free at any time, which really takes all the stress off me of, where do I place this house? Where do I put this? Yeah, all that stress gone. It is addicting, it's satisfying, it's just the coziest game you could think of. The Sims 4. Developed by Maxis and published by Electronic Arts. I have to mention The Sims 4, of course, as it is the ultimate comfort game, I think, for so many people. The Sims 4 is a life simulation game, and it's the fourth in the line after Sims 1, 2, and 3. Sims 4 has a better focus on house design, I believe, the build and buy mode, and for me that's what brings me comfort, building houses, apartments, decorating and furnishing them. But I also quite enjoy creating a sim and living their life out in this world. The graphics are lovely. I know that a lot of people don't particularly care for the cartoony style, but I find that that translates really well to great game performance and isn't that really important. This will always be a comfort game that I think many people can just fall back on when you don't know what else to do. Except when you fall in that rabbit hole of playing The Sims 4 every day for like 3 weeks straight, and it just consumes all your time. And the winner, Coziest Game, goes to Strange Horticulture. Gotta give it a little round of applause. I was blown away by Strange Horticulture. The combination of plant game, murder mystery, rainy, kind of spooky, witchy, alchemy ambiance, just merged together to create this absolutely beautiful game that feels so comforting to play. There's a cat that you can pet, and the cat purrs and it makes this just lovely sound. The little rain lightly falling, the sounds of the map opening up, everything about this is a cozy ASMR experience. But something about the mystery always draws me back in, I love Strange Horticulture. I still haven't finished it yet, but it's one of those that, like I said, I know I can pick it up at any time and enjoy it. And that's why it won Coziest Game for me, even though this was very hard. All of these games are, well, you saw, they're very cozy. Yeah, so Strange Horticulture is my pick this year. My next category is Best Narrative in a Game. Now, not all of my games have a real strong narrative, but some of them have a really fantastic dialogue-driven narrative, so that is what has made me pick these for the best narrative category. Alright, the nominees for best narrative in a game go to Stray, developed by Blue 12 Studio and published by Annapurna Interactive. Stray is a game where you play as a cat, adventuring through this cyberpunk city. Stray has a lot of puzzle and platformer mechanics to it. But the narrative is fascinating to me because it all comes from other characters and things you find in the game, seeing as our main character here does not speak, nor can you really communicate with the others. So you're unraveling the story of what happened and where to go from here through things you pick up and the quote-unquote people that you meet. It is a gorgeous game, very, very lovely to look at, and they really, really got down what it is to be a cat, stopping to lick from a bowl or knock something over or just scratch my little claws against something that I shouldn't be scratching will never, never get old. Bear and Breakfast. Bear and Breakfast is an adorable little simulation style game about running a bed and breakfast, except you're a bear. Bear and Breakfast is developed by Gummy Cat and published by Armor Games Studios, and the thing that I find so adorable about Bear and Breakfast is the sense of humor in the dialogue between you, the bear, and all the other characters and animals that you get to know as the game progresses. Of course, I also really enjoy running the B&B, getting to decorate it and taking your customers and letting them have a lovely stay in your B&B. But where it really shines, I think, is the sense of humor. So that's why I've put it up for Best Narrative. Roki. Roki is developed by Polygon Treehouse and published by United Label. Roki is an adventure puzzle game set in the gorgeous snow-capped wilderness of Scandinavia. You play as Tuve, who's got a little mischievous young brother. You can watch as legends and monsters come to life in this absolutely gorgeous game, but it's full of story. The conversations between you and your brother, your father, and others are absolutely charming. It's like playing a magical storybook, and you kind of find yourself completely gripped by this story. Letters, a written adventure, developed and published by 5am Games. Letters is a very unique word puzzle game. The whole thing really is narrative, and as you progress, you're faced with multiple choices that can change and shift the story. We only get to know about our character and her life through these letters or conversations that she has with others as we progress through her life, growing up from a child to a teenager on the computer. Absolutely wonderful and unique way of doing narrative, I think. And it's hand-drawn, very lovely and clever. Makes me want to go through and have multiple games, though, where I can make different choices and see what would change in the game overall. The Forgotten City, developed by Modern Storyteller and published by Dear Villagers. The Forgotten City is a completely narrative-driven game set in ancient Rome. Some people know the Forgotten City as it started from a Skyrim mod and has now been relaunched as a full-fledged game with voice acting, multiple endings, and more. I really can't say too much about this because this game truly is all about the story, and I wouldn't want to spoil any of it for you. It is an absolutely unique experience. You'll only play a game like this in your life once, and I hope you enjoy every second of it like I did playing the Forgotten City. And the winner for Best Narrative goes to The Forgotten City. In this one, the narrative was so good, I had to sit down and finish this game in like one evening. I was so drawn into this story. It was fantastically written. I mean, it's won a BAFTA, I'm pretty sure, which is an actual real award, unlike this award ceremony. I mean, the Jubilees are real in my heart and they're real on your screen, but I don't think that the Forgotten City is going to be running around bragging that they've won one. A BAFTA, on the other hand. So yeah, this is award-winning dialogue and narrative. It was a fantastic script. And can we just remember that this game started as a Skyrim mod? That's how I first played it, as a Skyrim mod. And you guys know, you know how much I love Skyrim. So to see it go from Skyrim mod to fully released BAFTA-winning game with full voice acting, with multiple endings, I mean, I am proud of this game that I'm not connected to in any way. It's a fantastic experience. I will not say anything that will spoil it for you because it is something you need to experience for yourself. You need to make the decisions, you need to unlock all of the mystery, you need to discover the different endings for yourself. I guarantee it's an enjoyable experience that you will love. And that's why it won Best Narrative. Alright, the next category is a very, very important one to me, and it's important to the channel, and it is the most wholesome game. Now, this category, by most wholesome, I'm talking about a game that just feels like the game equivalent of like a little puppy or a kitten or a teddy bear. It's innocent, it's lovely, it makes you feel nothing but happy, it's uplifting, it warms your heart. It's a wholesome game. Now, the nominees for most wholesome game are Capybara Spa, developed and published by Coziest Games. Capybara Spa is a simulation game in which you run a spa for capybaras. Gameplay is very casual and adorable. You get to take care of the little capybaras. There's little babies, there's fruit, and all sorts. It just doesn't get cuter and more adorably wholesome than this. In fact, really everything Coziest Games makes is just the most relaxing, calm experience. I just wish I could live in a world that Coziest Games has created. In fact, I'd really like to run my own capybara spa or be the capybara at the spa. Calico, developed by Peachy Keen Games and published by Whitethorn Games. Calico is a simulation game all about cute and magical people and animals in this adorable town where you run a cat cafe. Who doesn't want to run a cat cafe? So you bake adorable little snacks, meet the townspeople, buy decorations for your cafe, and collect this amazing cadre of animals around the world. You can even like ride the animals, or they can ride on you, on your head. The physics in this game are hilarious, and all the characters are adorable, and just the game makes you feel good inside when you play it, I think. Teacup, developed by Smarto Club and published by Whitethorn Games. Teacup is a bit of a short but sweet game about a young frog named Teacup who's just wanting to have a lovely tea party. This one is one of those underrated gems, I think, that a lot of people may pass on, but there's really something lovely and special here. It's full of lots of little mini games as you progress through your tea party and explore your small world and the fun, colorful animal characters who live here. This one really surprised me, and I also enjoyed reading about the different ingredients for this tea party written down in Teacup's little notebook. Just such a cozy experience. A Witchy Life Story, developed and published by Sundio Studios. You are the granddaughter of a well-known witch, and you have arrived in this village of Flora to help them get to know the residents here and help in their various ailments while you toil in your little garden. I absolutely love making the charms and the potions. There's something very satisfying about it. The whole game is so colorful, so lovely. It's mainly a visual novel as you converse with all the different people here and you unravel little bits of their lives and their relationships with each other. It's a very magical, wholesome game that just feels like if you could take like a warm cup of tea and a biscuit in a game. Like, that's how it makes me feel. Disney Dreamlight Valley, developed and published by Gameloft. Disney Dreamlight Valley is still in early access. You can pay for the early access, but it will be released and free to play in the upcoming year, which is really incredible. I'll admit I had a lot of reservations given the fact that it's going to be free to play, but I was blown away. This game is so incredible. It is a live sim adventure game with all your favorite Disney Pixar characters who can come live in your town, decorate your town, do some gardening with Wally or Goofy. The game is really easygoing. It doesn't feel like you have to spend any real money to play. You can enjoy the game as long as you want in a stress-free kind of environment with, again, all these adorable characters that you know and you love. The whole place feels like a warm hug that's waiting for you. And all my friends are enjoying playing Disney Dreamlight Valley, from collecting the things that you buy in the shops, cooking recipes with Remy, making your little garden look cute. Truly impressed with Disney Dreamlight Valley and very excited as more characters get added. Please add Mulan. Please add Mulan. And the winner of Most Wholesome Game is Capybara Spa. There is just no denying that Capybara Spa is one of the cutest games in existence. It is absolutely adorable. It's a game about washing capybaras in a little spa and the little babies. I mean, it's just not going to get more wholesome than that, even though all those other games are brilliantly wholesome, wonderful games that I really can't get enough of any of them. They all could win, but Capybara Spa is just a little smidge more wholesome than everything else, just by virtue of being all about capybaras, which I love. I love capybaras. They're so cute. Look at them. How can you not love those things? How can you not see a capybara and be like, I love you and I will protect you with my whole heart and life, right? And now, the moment we've all been waiting for, right? Most ASMR Game of the Year 2022. This is the game that embodies what ASMR is. Because even though ASMR is not a game genre, of course, I think that ASMR is what we make it, you know? I don't like when I see comments that say about anything, this isn't ASMR. Because ASMR is different to every single person, right? Some people like tapping and they like crinkling sounds and they don't want to hear someone talk at all. Some people, like me, they really enjoy speech, whispered or soft-spoken. That is ASMR to them. And some people, it is the cozy ambiance sounds and music of a game. I feel that way about a lot of things and a lot of games. These are the 5 that I think are what ASMR is, but in game form, alright? And the nominees for most ASMR game are Dorf Romantic, developed and published by Tucana Interactive, Dorfromantic is the ultimate peaceful building strategy game. It's a little bit of a puzzle, a little bit strategy game. Use the tiles to create your own gorgeous little world with little towns, forests, lakes, and rivers, trains. There are multiple modes, which I absolutely adore. You can do the normal gameplay mode, in which you have a limited amount of tiles and you have to complete little quests on the board to get more. There's a free form mode where you just put whatever you want. I always think that's like the Bob Ross version of this game, where you just create your own happy little world. It's colorful, it's satisfying, the music is lovely, the sound effects are really nice. It's just everything you want in an ASMR game, right here in Dorfromantic. Naiad, developed and published by High Warp. Naiad has not yet been released, but the demo was available for us to play, and what I've seen so far of the demo is so absolutely lovely and ASMR. You are Naiad, and you're flowing from one place to another gently with the current, with the animals around you, helping them along the way, learning about interesting words, and also seeing how humans affect nature and the world around us. The music, the sound effects, this sort of papercraft looking art style, and this casual, flowy, swimming animation movement is just one of the most serene experiences I've had in a game. I almost fell asleep. I was so relaxed playing it, and it is right at the top of my most anticipated games for next year, or I hope it's coming out next year. Aka, developed by Cosmo Gatto and published by NeoWiz. Aka is a little life sim where you play as a retired red panda on this cozy little island. There's already a bunch of animals who live here, and you get to know them. You get to do quests for everyone. It is a gorgeous game where you can take naps wherever you want. There's a bit of magic and mystery in this world, I find. Everything from the art style to the sound effects and music, I think, is incredibly relaxing, very ASMR-esque. Reefland, developed and published by Unsweet. Reefland is also a city building, tile-based game. However, it's very different from Dorfromantic. In a way, Reefland is more relaxed, I would say. It's very colorful. You get to watch, which is the most satisfying part, as your world slowly becomes filled with more and more color. It's definitely the kind of game that you play when you just want to shut your mind off and have this lovely, relaxing experience while trying to unwind from a long day's work. Everything about the game, from the graphics, which are quite cozy and cute, to the sound effects, are very ASMR. Chicory, a colorful tale, developed by Greg Lobanoff and published by Finji. Chicory has got some of the best, most satisfying sounds I've ever heard in a game. It's a colorful little puzzle game in which you play as Chicory, who used to live in this beautiful, colorful world, except all the colors are gone. You need to use the magic paintbrush to bring the colors back into this world, and you use the colors to help solve puzzles. It is very, very satisfying sounding, and you can even use your paintbrush to draw all sorts of little patterns in this world. It's got a lovely soundtrack. It's adorable. The characters are wholesome. The main character is the cutest thing you've ever seen in your life. And I just adore it. It feels ASMR. Alright, I have in my hand the winner for most ASMR Game of the Year. Let's get a little drum roll. The most ASMR drum roll you can do. And the winner for most ASMR Game of the Year goes to Naiad. There's really no denying, in my opinion at least, that Naiad is the perfect embodiment of what ASMR is, of what relaxation is, and they just marry this beautifully in this gorgeous game that I cannot wait to be fully released. It's not out yet. I've only played this demo, which is all anyone's played, to be fair, but it was such a gorgeous experience. It was so peaceful, so relaxing. I can't wait for it to come out because I know you guys are really gonna love a full video playing that game. So it's one of those that's right at the top of my most anticipated games. I mean, can you believe this one? I picked this to win and I haven't even played the full game, but like, that's how relaxing the demo was. Yeah. So let's have another little round of applause for all of the game nominations tonight. They are all truly fun games. Obviously I've personally played every single one of these, including on my channel, and I had a good time playing every single one. I'd recommend them all, otherwise I wouldn't put it on the channel. That's a fun fact. I have, on other occasions, started playing a game, realized I wasn't enjoying it, or I didn't feel like something I wanted to recommend to you, and I deleted the whole thing and it never saw the light of day. So you can know that if a game is coming out on my channel, it's because I have fun with it. I think you'd like to see it, and that is why. But these were all extra special games, and the winners are extra special. And another round of applause for all of my community winners. And again, if you would like to be considered, be nominated for the Patron of the Year categories or the Community Member of the Year, you can simply join, become a patron, and you can become a channel member, and you can comment. You can comment whatever. It can be an emoji, it could be an actual sentence. I literally counted up every single comment from a channel member and saw who'd comment the most, the top 5. I literally did that. I'm gonna have to find a way to make that easier next year because it took a while, but you guys are worth it. You're all worth it. I hope you had fun. I know this is a very different kind of video, and I've obviously never done anything like this before. I was massively inspired by my own involvement in a Game Awards show recently. One of you lovely viewers nominated me for a Gamers Awards for the best YouTuber of the year, which was so flattering. I mean, I was really speechless. And then not only did you nominate me, but then you all voted for me so much that I became a finalist in the awards. I was in the top 5, and I didn't win, but I had so much fun that I kind of wanted to make my own little award show, but with the games. So it's my own Game Awards. Except, again, no one really cares about these awards. But let's make this an annual thing at the end of the year. Let's do an award show like this, and next year I want you guys to vote. So maybe a month or so before, I'll start getting all the nominations up, and I'll send out polls for you guys and tell you go vote for your favorites, and it'll be a fun thing. And maybe in the future it will be live. We have no idea what is in store for us in 2023, but I think it's gonna be a good time. No, I know it's gonna be a good time. To everyone who subscribed this year, welcome. You have found a truly special place because of your fellow subscribers. They are some of the most lovely people you'll see on the internet. It's not always easy to be on the internet at all. I was gonna say be a woman on the internet, but I think everyone has struggled on the internet. I've personally faced a lot of hate and nasty comments, but the overwhelming outpour of love that I get from you all really just makes those people insignificant, right? Those little mean people. They're just like nothing. They're like little flies that you just sweat. But not only that, the kindness that I see you all show each other is what really, really makes me happy. So I always want to promote an environment like that where we're uplifting each other, we're building each other up. We're not gatekeeping games. No, there's no gatekeeping in games. You can enjoy every single one of those games if you want to, and don't let anyone tell you differently. Don't let anyone tell you you're not a real gamer. Don't let anyone tell you those games are for girls, those games are for boys. You can't do that. Don't let it happen. It's truly not a real thing. There's no such thing as games that you can't play. If you want to play it, you play it, and you don't feel bad about it. Okay? Whatever enjoyment you get out of a game, it's beautiful. And you will always be welcome on my channel. Alright? So thank you all so much for showing each other such kindness and such love. Really, really makes me so proud of you guys. You're all wonderful, lovely people. To everyone who's been subscribed more than this past year, you've been here for years. I want to continue to love you and continue to say you're amazing. Thank you for sticking with me for another year. I know we made a lot of upgrades, a lot of changes this year. Mics, lights, camera, action. Yeah, truly, we did. Lights, camera, sound, rolling. Wow, house. Who knows? How can I really up things next year? I'm gonna have to buy a whole sound studio or something crazy. Alright, we'll see. We'll see what the future brings us, right? We'll go there as a family together. Alright, I'll see you all in 2023. Thank you for watching, everyone. Thanks for putting up with my shenanigans. I love you. Goodbye, and it's a good night on 2022 from me.